I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia. I was surrounded by them when I was 14 years old.
Sexual assault, drug addiction, death, and possible murder. What happened to some of the most beloved male stars of the 90s?
He didn't have a heartbeat, didn't have a pulse.
Number 1, Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay Culkin disappeared from the cameras for nearly 10 years, but what led him to make such a drastic decision?
Like, yeah, I'm a kid, I had a beer, I smoked a joint, big deal, you know what I'm saying?
Macaulay Culkin had what seemed to be the perfect life. He was the highest paid child actor in the industry, and his film, Home Alone, had just become an instant Christmas classic. However, the star apparently never felt like he had control over his career.
I never chose the projects. They were like my parents, essentially chose them for me.
The actor claimed that his father physically and mentally abused him for years, straining the relationship between them. At 14, Macaulay's parents went through a difficult divorce, with his father losing the custody battle and leaving his family behind.
Up and left.
Just disappeared?
Yeah.
No note, no goodbye, no explanation?
That's exactly what he did.
The child actor struggled to find work when he grew up, as casting directors didn't find him cute any longer. Macaulay returned to acting as an adult in Party Monster, but his comeback was cut short after he was found in possession of marijuana, alprazolam, and clonazepam. Following the controversy, he has reappeared in some television and film roles, most notoriously in American Horror Story, but he is now retired from acting. Number 2, Corey Feldman. This child actor claimed his life was in danger after uncovering one of Hollywood's most hidden secrets. But what happened to him?
Somebody tried to kill me the other day. This is no joke. I am fearing for my life.
Someone tried to kill you?
Corey Feldman, known for his roles in Goonies and The Lost Boys, had his life turned upside down, as he says he was groomed by a Hollywood child talent manager.
Marty Weiss was coming and breaking me out of my house in the middle of the night and taking me out on drives, but he never molested me during that time.
A year later, he met Alfie Hoffman, the son of a child casting director, who took Corey to multiple adult parties. There, the actor claimed to have been pushed to take drugs and was sexually assaulted.
There was a circle of older men that surrounded themselves around this group of kids.
Corey turned to drugs and alcohol to cope with the trauma, and when he grew up, casting directors apparently stopped hiring him. Years later, now as an adult, Corey decided to come forward to reveal the pedophile rings hidden in Hollywood. However, when he was going to go public, something shocking happened.
When I wrote my book, the publishers prevented me from writing the names down.
Following this incident, the actor claimed that someone tried to hit him with a truck in the hopes of killing him, making him suspect that powerful figures in the industry wanted him to not speak out. In 2018, Corey was under investigation for sexual battery, but cleared of charges, and in 2020, he was accused of sexual harassment by his band, Corey's Angels. However, Corey denied this at the time. Number 3, Corey Haim. This child actor was said to have been sexually assaulted by Charlie Sheen, so what happened? And is this related to his mysterious death?
What'd you do? You knew about it.
I was being molested at the same time by somebody else.
Corey Haim, who was Corey Feldman's best friend, sadly was also allegedly sexually assaulted by an adult in the movie industry. To deal with this trauma, he fell into addiction, similar to Feldman.
In the beginning, we battled addiction together. We both were going through similar problems.
As years passed by, Corey Haim revealed to his friend he had been assaulted at 13 by one of the most notorious actors of the time.
There's one person to blame in the death of Corey Haim, and that person happens to be a Hollywood mogul.
However, Corey never came forward. For the next decade, he battled his drug addiction, relapsing now and again. However, in 2010, it seemed he had his problem under control, but everything turned upside down when, while visiting his mother, Corey appeared to be feeble and sick.
He's like, "Mom, I don't feel well," and then he just laid back down and died.
His death shocked Hollywood, with many theorizing he was taking drugs in secret and had suffered an overdose. Nevertheless, Corey Feldman believed his death had not been an accident, and he suggested his friend had been killed over his abuse claims against Charlie Sheen.
There's been a lot of pressure on me to come forward with information.
Number 4, River Phoenix. This teen heartthrob was on track to become one of the most successful stars in the world, but this secret addiction turned his life upside down. But what happened?
Don't say that, please.
Okay, I won't.
I'm trying to ignore that about me getting old.
River Phoenix, brother of legendary actor Joaquin Phoenix, was once one of the most popular stars in Hollywood, working back-to-back in intense projects during the 80s and 90s.
He's in such bad shape that he actually can't make a meeting that was scheduled with the director who's flying in from London to see him.
Because of this, the actor apparently developed severe anxiety. Not knowing what to do, River turned to drugs to cope with it.
Someone had to chaperone his drug use, and if they didn't chaperone his drug use, it was dangerous.
After yet another laborious day on set, River met up with his friends and brother at his hotel. There, his colleagues started drinking and were planning to go out, but River had decided to stay in. However, halfway through the night, he decided to join them. River was invited by his friend Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers to play in the Viper Club. Once they arrived there, River, who had gone cold turkey in his addiction, went to the bathroom and took a large amount of cocaine. Shortly after, the actor suffered a strange reaction to the drug and collapsed on the ground. His brother Joaquin and his friends took him outside, hoping he'd get better, but he didn't. After 9 minutes of watching River having seizures, Joaquin called emergency services.
Where's your brother right now? He's laying on the cement. He's breathing? I don't know.
But when the ambulance arrived, it was too late. River died on that sidewalk. While many agree that the actor died of an accidental overdose, others claim a guitarist spiked his drink jealous of River's talent. Nevertheless, this was never proven to be true. Number 5. Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman was known for his family-friendly character in the sitcom Different Strokes, but behind the scenes, there were rumors of abuse and mystery surrounding his death.
You know what? If people would want to believe that I assault my wife at 4'7" and she's 5'6", then they can believe that all day long.
Gary Coleman's life turned into a huge controversy when he divorced his wife Shannon Price after being accused of domestic violence.
So I thought, if I distract her with a blow, I can flee. So I hit her.
However, the couple apparently remained close over the years. On the day of his death, Gary Coleman met up with Shannon.
I asked him if he could make me some food, and he went downstairs and I heard this big smack.
Shannon found her husband on the floor, bleeding profusely. She immediately took some towels and tried to help his bleeding, but this wasn't working. She then called emergency services for help.
Sit down. Gary, sit down. What's wrong? Look at the floor. Sit down.
Gary had been suffering several seizures since he went through heart surgery. The theory behind his accident is that he had been affected by another one of these attacks while going down the stairs, making him fall abruptly. Gary was taken to the hospital, where he was put in a coma. However, his wife pulled the plug shortly after. When his death was announced, many began questioning Gary's death.
They said he fell down some stairs, but I don't know how you can fall down 3 stairs and hit your head and splits that wide open.
People online argued that Shannon could be behind it, not only as a way to take revenge for his abuse, but they also suggested she had another motive. Apparently, shortly before his death, Gary had asked Shannon to oversee his will. This murderous theory was never proven to be true. In a legal battle, a judge ruled in favor of Anna Gray, another ex of the actor, as the legitimate beneficiary, leaving Shannon with nothing. Hollywood's darker truths remind us how much is hidden beneath the glitz and glamour. These stories of struggle, abuse, and tragedy highlight the need for awareness and accountability in the industry. If you found this video insightful, give it a thumbs up and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the untold stories of Hollywood and beyond. We've also recently covered the hidden struggles of female stars and the shocking truths about Disney child actors. Be sure to check those videos out next. Hit the bell icon to stay updated, and thank you for watching. Together, we can shed light on the stories that matter.